In this video, we're going to be talking about profit. More specifically, how you can put profit first in your business. You'll hear a lot of people talk about revenue. I'm even guilty of it. When I show you videos like these, where I talk about how much revenue you can generate. But what's more important is profit. I've had my Etsy shop for about 3 years now. And up until about a year ago, I was laser focused on sales. All of my focus was on how much revenue I can bring into my shop based on the amount of sales I would get. I would watch my Etsy app religiously because I had set certain target goals for myself. If I brought in $500 of revenue a day or $1,000 of revenue per day, then I thought I was winning. I wasn't very focused on expenses, so whatever money I needed to spend to meet my revenue goal, I would spend it and I thought everything was okay. It's basic human nature. If you have money available to spend and you're not budgeting, then you're gonna spend that money. But what I wasn't thinking about is profit. And profit is revenue minus expenses. As a business owner, if there's no profit, then I don't make any money personally. I enjoy being an entrepreneur, but one of my ultimate goals in running my businesses is for me to make money. Only focusing on revenue and not managing my expenses means I'm putting everything else in front of profit. Revenue minus expenses equals profit. So you work as hard as you can to bring in as many sales as you can, and you spend whatever money you need to spend to make those sales. You're happy when revenue is up. That's until you subtract expenses and you realize just because you have high revenue doesn't mean that your business is profitable. What if we take this same formula and rearrange it a little bit? Now, revenue minus profit equals expenses. That's right, I put profit first this time. This means that you're going to work hard to make all the sales that you can make. Then you're going to take a predetermined amount and set it aside for profit, and then whatever is left dictates what we have for our expenses. We only spend what we can afford. This is the basics of profit first. It's a concept that helps you prioritize being profitable in your business. Instead of the traditional approach where you pay all of your bills and expenses first and then see what you have left over for profit, profit first changes that around. With this system, you allocate your income into different accounts based on specific percentages, with profit being a top priority. Here's how it works. Let's say you bring in $10,000 in revenue for the month. With the profit first system, you'll first allocate a portion of that income into your profit account. Let's say you decided to allocate 10% for profit. This means you put $1,000 into your profit account. Then you'd allocate another percentage for your owner's compensation. Let's say 30%. This means you put $3,000 into your owner's compensation account. The remaining money is then split between your tax account, operating expenses account, and any other accounts you might need. The beauty of this system is that it forces you to prioritize profit, and you always have enough money set aside for it. By taking your profit first, you're essentially telling your brain that profit is the most important part of your business and everything else comes after that. In a nutshell, profit first is simply business budgeting. You're allocating your money into different expense categories, which as a result is guiding your spending on expenses. You're implementing something similar to the cash envelope budgeting method you might use for your personal budgeting. You're putting cash into different checking accounts which represent different areas of spending. This ensures that you don't overspend and you stay on track with your budget. When I first heard about Profit First, I thought this sounds amazing, but it sounds terribly hard to implement. I had no intention on setting up multiple bank accounts at my bank that was going to charge me for each one of those accounts and then spend all the time it was going to take me to allocate my money into the different categories and then transfer that money into these different accounts. I know myself well. I would start off doing this and I would have great intentions, but give me about 2 or 3 months, I would get caught up in the parts of my business that I like, and then I would just stop doing it. And then I'd be right back where I started with my old method of managing my business finances. Well, that has changed and the stars have aligned. Now that I bank with Relay, and Relay is now the official banking platform for Profit First, I can implement the Profit First methodology without all of that hassle. Relay gives you 20 bank accounts, and these are real checking accounts, not envelope accounts, that you can use to easily implement the Profit First methodology. You can create these bank accounts yourself. There's no need to call in or go into any branch. You can just log into your Relay app or the Relay platform on your laptop and create the accounts you need instantly. These accounts have no monthly fees and no minimum balance requirements, which means that you can set up as many accounts as you need to implement Profit First without spending any extra money on monthly fees. You'll also get multiple virtual and physical debit cards. And when it comes to implementing Profit First, Relay has percentage-based transfer rules and auto transfer rules, which makes setting up your Profit First system not only easy, but you can automate it. Now, you guys know that every system isn't perfect. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of Profit First. Let's start with the pros. Profit First prioritizes profit, which means that as soon as you start utilizing the Profit First method, your business will be profitable. Profit First focuses discipline. Once you start allocating your money into your different categories, you're essentially focusing on your budget and you're being forced to become more organized with your finances. Although it might seem complicated at first, Profit First simplifies cash management. It clearly breaks down your expenses and your income and puts them into manageable categories, which makes it easier for you to manage your finances. And last but not least, Profit First encourages cost cutting. It allows business owners to be mindful of their expenses, which results in spending less. Now let's look at the cons. Profit First can be hard to implement, especially if you're with a traditional bank. Traditional banks might make it harder for you to open multiple accounts, and those multiple accounts might cost you monthly fees, taking money out of your business. You also might need to use spreadsheets to do your percentage calculations and then manually move money between your different accounts. Now, Relay can help you in this area with their auto transfer percentages and their auto transfer rules. So it'll make implementing Profit First a lot easier. With Relay, you can send percentage-based transfers and perform multiple transfers at once. Relay has launched the only official Profit First auto transfer rule. With this feature, users can set up automated rules that move money over a specified amount out of their income account and into their profit, owner's pay, tax, and operating expenses accounts by percentages. Another con to Profit First is that it doesn't work well if your business has high expenses like payroll, property tax, or rent. Your profit margin might already be tight to non-existent, which means that the Profit First expense allocation percentages might not make sense for your business. If your business is in a lot of debt and you're taking large lump sums to pay off that debt, then Profit First might not work for you as well. You may want to finish paying off debt and then implement the Profit First concept. Profit First can be an effective system for prioritizing profit and simplifying the cash management of your business, but it might not be right for every business. As a business owner, you should evaluate the pros and cons and see if it's going to be good for your business. If I've piqued your interest about Relay, you can use the link that I've left in the description to go to their website and find out more. Or you can watch this video right here where I tell you all about Relay, their account features, and give you a peek inside of a Relay account.